See if he can manage to do that. Jake Simpkin comes into the side for Appy Coruscant as John Bateman leads them out with Jareem Buller. Team that is 2 wins, 5 losses coming into today. They sit in 15th place on the ladder. And there is the still 18-year-old Lachlan Galvin. Schoolboy sensation gets a chance to begin this season from Benji Marshall well ahead of schedule. And he's certainly shown he's been up to it in plenty of games so far this year.
Yeah, he's been great to watch. Plays with great freedom. Benji Marshall telling us pre-game that don't stress about getting the detail right. Just get your hands on the ball and attack and go after them today. And an opportunity for him to do that with no Appy Coruscant through the middle. Looking forward to seeing Simpkin back at the top level. As we see the Bulldogs coming out onto the field, containing Viliami kick-out has been a huge focus. Benji Marshall told us that. And as we see Stephen Crichton lead them onto Accor Stadium. And a great opportunity again this afternoon to keep pressing himself towards an Origin berth.
We are underway, the first of 3 games on Super Saturday. Burton with the kickoff. It goes down to Lachlan Galvin, and David Clemmer brings it out here to play it just beyond the Tigers' 10. Could pick them out here early on as the Bulldogs search out to this right-hand side. Burton tipped on Crichton. Perez puts the brakes on, comes back in field. There, though, to save the day. A heads-up. 5 offloads to 0. Away the Tigers, I dare say all 5 of them have come in the last minute and a half. Here's Galvin off the scrum win. Almost finding a way between Kickow and also King. And it's going to be a penalty for high contact here. As Aidan Caesar tries to give the Tigers the lead, and that'll be a victory in itself given the pressure they were under in the opening 5 minutes of this game. Caesar puts flags in the air. It's the Tigers who lead the Bulldogs 2 points to 0. 2 teams met twice in 2023. Bulldogs won on both occasions, of course. The Bulldogs well rested coming off the bye last week. The Tigers went down 34-10 to the Broncos down there at Campbelltown. A couple of late tries made that scoreline look a little better. And Cameron Ciraldo, season 2. Benji Marshall, first season in charge of the Tigers.
I think it's a sign of respect, actually. That's how much the Dogs' defence has improved. I think 12 months ago, the West Tigers take the tap there. But they have been terrific defensively, struggling to find a way through the Tigers, taking the shot at goal.
Well, they have the lead. They'll work it away here from their own goal line. The kick-off return, and Clemmer brings it out to be stopped just short of the 20. As Simpkin waits from dummy half. He just joined us. No Appy Coruscant today. Out with that back injury he suffered when he was slammed to the turf at Campbelltown last week as Galvin goes to Caesar. Here's a chance. Buller over the top to Naden. He's got Staines on his outside. He runs to Taff, draws and passes, and the Tigers go the length of the field. A big shift from inside their own 20, and they caught the Bulldogs compressed on that left-hand side. And the speed of Staines was there to finish it off.
We're going to move the ball at their left edge, and they do just that. Galvin, beautiful play, linking up with his halves partner, Caesar. Buller does a superb job to attract some Bulldogs defenders and get the ball over the top to Naden at full speed. And he summed it up beautifully. He looked in at Galvin, and he had the Forbes Ferrari just looming on his outside. Positioned himself perfectly. That's beautiful work there. From Buller over the top to Naden. Watch this. Inside, outside, and just drags in Taff. It's a foot race between him and Carraz. And he's lightning quick, Staines. And they find their first try of the afternoon. That would hardly know that there's been any rain here the last 48 hours. And using the width, brilliant.
Caesar trying to bend it back. He will. After absorbing pressure to begin the game.
Possession, big block of it down on the try line.
And it's Bronson Cherry who takes the first carry. Got rocked for his trouble there as well. Slowly off the ground. Mann bringing it forward. They've had plenty of chances in this first half at this end for no result as yet. The Bulldogs. Marnie comes to Hutchison, looking back on the inside, takes them on himself, just about finds a way through. Quick play the ball into space. Kurt Mann just gets in behind Aidan Caesar. The Tigers, with the speed of the play the ball from Hutchison, were struggling again. And eventually, the Dogs find a way through Kurt Mann.
He sums it up beautifully, Marnie. Papali'i coming in tight there on Hughes. Benji Marshall going to his bench. Two starting front rowers who have had to defend big blocks of possession. Utoi Kamanu and Clemmer off the field as Burton adds the extras, squeezes it inside that right upright.
It's a good one. What they will do. Simpkin. Just the spot. Here's Alex Twile to play it only a couple of metres out. Simpkins waiting. It comes back here from Caesar to Galvin. Oh, very flat-footed there. No speed at all. Caesar just stood there, and as a result, Galvin gets monstered in the tackle. Josh Curran is out there now. Marnie involved as well. Cost the Tigers 15 metres. Bolle going back in the right direction. Now they've got some momentum as Bateman cuts back in behind the play the ball. Putting pressure there on Marnie and also King. From Simpkin. Short pull here. They'll crash their way in. Yes, they will. Terrific piece of play for Nua Bolle. From close range, he just charged onto it and said, here I am, stop me if you can. And he scores for the Tigers.
Yeah, just saying that I think he's been one of their best. Queensland star-studded side that was littered with players like Sam Walker, Xavier Coates, Tessie New, Hamaso, Tabuai Fido down the other end of the field. But anytime they've been attacking the line, they've looked a lot better when they've played straight.
Caesar pushes the Tigers once again out to an 8-point lead here, 11 from half-time. We have got a good one here in game 1 of 3 on Super Saturday. A huge play. Justin Olam from the far side of the field wins the race there and saves it for the Tigers, with the siren having already sounded. To have an 8-point lead without Coruscant on deck. It's Caesar that gets things underway for the second half. Warren Smith along with Mick Ennis and Jake Duke to take you through. It's a shallowish one with Caesar pretty much on the back foot. A poor set of yardage carries from their own end, and so the Bulldogs have it already on play number 2 inside the Tigers 40.
Yeah, it's been a response for Cameron Serrato's men, the Bulldogs. They're winning the field position battle to start the second half, no doubt about that.
Cowan here fights back to his feet from Marnie. It goes to Hutchison. Burton. Kick out on the outside of Naden. A big fend there on Caesar as well. They'll stop him a metre short. With the head of steam up, he was something to stop. They managed, but only just. Burton goes to Marnie. Here is Hutchison, who grubbers through the line, turning them around. Curran! It's Curran who leads the chase and wins it to score for the Bulldogs.
There, or the attempted tackle of Caesar. Then nice work. Watch the ball here from Marnie. Bullet-like into the hands, summed up perfectly by Hutchison. What a signing he's been, Josh Curran. Came off the interchange bench this afternoon. He's become a real focal point of their attack through the middle of the field with his skill and his pass. And this time just out competing the Tigers defenders at full speed. Desperation gets there, forces the ball down. And Josh Curran gets the Bulldogs right back into this game.
Yeah. The way he just reached out with the left hand and put the hand on top of the ball. Well, it was on the ground, all good there, confirmed by the bunker. And now it's Marnie who finds Burton. Grubbers in behind. Sherry, was he taken there on suspicion?
Yes,
Did they take his line away from him? This might be more than just a penalty.
Inability to win contact to start the second half. The Dogs are just rolling through them.
Burton with the strike, bends it back. We are locked up here at Upcourse Stadium. 50 minutes gone. Hutchison, it comes to Curran. And Caesar. Awkward looking tackle there. He ended up going over the back on Josh Curran and stays on the field. And that's where you get confused, Mick.
Yeah, absolutely. And Burton steps up now, puts the Dogs back in front.
bring them back towards the halfway line. He was thinking about an offload, but Curran stops him, and now here is Galvin. Pinning it back towards Taff. Nice trap, using the turf well. Steps his way back beyond the 30. The Bulldogs still winning these sets at either end of the field. So it's Carras. A 2-point lead here. Not quite midway through this second half. Beyond, of course, full time. Pre-game build-up to the Titans and the Storm. And now Burton into the backfield. Open them up. Crichton pushing through the middle. Here's Bronson Xerri, though, on the outside. Xerri runs away. His second try as a Bulldog. And they open up a 6-point buffer.
Yeah, and it's the Bulldogs 5-8. I said everything that's good happened in this second half has started and finished with their 5-8. Matty Burton. They wanted to unlock a bit of their stars out on the edges. And this time it's Burton, just a mismatch there with speed with Papali'i. He did well. Great tempo, slowing up. Just kept Buller in two minds. Was he going to go to Crichton on the inside, who was looming? Or was he going to go to the speed of Bronson Xerri on the outside? Looks in, plays out, holds Buller beautifully. And the Dogs find their second try in the second half, and it's been all Matt Burton. Brilliant work from the Canterbury 5-8, running the ball.
Second time in the game, Aidan Caesar has been exposed back on the inside. You saw his reaction there on the Harvey Norman replay as Burton just threw a dummy, and with his speed, he had options on the inside through Crichton. Xerri was there, but Caesar opened the hole for Kurt Mann to score in the first half. Admittedly, the Tigers were struggling on their own line at that stage with that one. Just got to respect the threat that is Matt Burton in that situation.
Well, you just saw there some winning actions from their captain, Crichton. A break down the left-hand side, and who was the fourth? All started at Shark Park, and it's continued on.
And sticks it across the black dot here. It's an 8-point lead now for the Bulldogs. What opposition defensive line coming up and really limiting what you can do on the next play as Galvin looks inside, comes outside. Naden goes to Staines. He chips in field. Here's Jareem Buller loping into the action. Coming across, though, Carras is there. Beats the tackle of Staines. Spins away from Seyfarth. Runs towards Simpkin. What a piece of play by Jacob Carras. And we've got a Tiger who goes to the bin. Viliami kick out at the end of the game. Seyfarth there was okay as far as the contact was concerned. And then
you're leading with the head.
Yeah.
It's on report, and you're in the bin. We're not discussing anything.
So for the flare up there, and in all honesty, Reid Marnie for the second game in a row probably should. Two-man overlap there somewhere. Can the Bulldogs find it? Here's Mann off the right foot, straight back through the middle. That's where the space was. Straight down Main Street. There's a whistle though, and not a good one for the Bulldogs. The call is no try.
This will get an obstruction if the lead runner stops in the line.
Well, it certainly opened up for Kurt Mann. And it's Hutchison into the line, finds Mam out the back.
Sam Hughes is in front of the ball and stops in the line, which denies Stefano Utoikamanu the chance to defend. We have a decision.
He gets up limping a little bit as well, Kurt Mann, off that dash to the line. It's been remarkable that the Bulldogs have this 8-point lead. They have the two-man advantage and haven't been able to score in a couple of shots against the Tigers at this end of the field. Comes through the hands. Galvin will kick. Coming across. Reid Marnie ends up with it. And the celebrations begin here for the Bulldogs at Accor Stadium. Cameron Ciraldo, his team responding to whatever he said to them at the break, and they needed something. Benji Marshall will rue what was a golden chance against the Bulldogs when they led them 14-6 going into the sheds at halftime.